got some fresh jackfruits here, ready to harvest. Very, very ripe. You can even see. This is actually when you want to harvest them. You can just like peel it open, super easy. So you got the two, I would say brother and sister here. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to process it from beginning to end. So first thing, you want to have a good knife. You want to get some oil. This is very, very sticky. Hopefully I can make this pretty quick. There's some big seeds in there. We'll take care of it. Let's take a look at this one. Actually, you just peel away the skin right there. It's definitely one of the more difficult fruits to process. There you go, there's some pods. Fresh, delicious jackfruit. We'll take care of it. A little funky, just how you want it to be. Got a couple special guests over here, Max and Julian. I'm gonna try some of this first. Fresh one. Yeah, blessings. Thanks, Mother Earth. Are you still setting up at the Legion's Farmers Market? So you guys can find Julian over at the Legion's Farmers Market. That's every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday, 9 to 2 p.m. Awesome produce, best stuff from Homestead, fresh organic veggies.
Beautiful. Along the same lines of what we're doing right now. Have you gone to check out the Coconut Grove Farmers Market yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's going on right
Grand
now. Yeah, Grand Ave, exactly, yeah. Usually I'm over there, but today decided to stay home and do some inner work. Can't really do this over there, so I mean, I guess you could, but it's quite a setup to bring all this stuff.
It's amazing, man.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
It's actually where they get the juicy fruit. Yeah, exactly. You already know.
What they buy, like 80% of it?
I can imagine.
Of the world's like
Just to make artificial.
yeah, but just to basically consume it, you know. They want
Control the market, right? Yeah, exactly. Because it is such an abundant fruit and so good for you. So I imagine that, you know, all the health benefits.
Sons of Jacob. 12 tribes.
Sons of Jacob.
So it's the sun fruit.
Yes.
Because of all the projections and obviously the different uses. It's named after the sun.
Sun fruit. Oh, FYI there, a little inside info, wisdom.
Thanks to Santos Bonacci and his syncretism, aligning language, different kinds of symbols.
Exactly.
So we're just here sharing that.
I'm so glad that we're coming back full circle in the sense of going back into the deeper ancient wisdoms that have been around.
Right. We're breaking through many walls.
Yes.
Just with every kind of medicine and plant in front of us.
Exactly. So right. That the infinite will take care of it.
Do you cook the more fibrous parts?
I don't actually. I do. I try to just absorb it raw for the most part. But you know, you definitely, obviously, as you know, you definitely can't cook that stuff. But it's a little too like stringy for me. It's so much work too.
Right.
But I guess it is important to utilize all the parts of the plant. But I have a really amazing compost out back, so I throw this in there. Yeah, and then it would be nice to grow some of this, but it does take a long time for these to fruit.
4.5 tall.
Really? Nice.
From the seed.
Awesome. How long did that take?
I did it this winter, so somewhere in February.
Okay. So
February, March of this
pretty
month.
quick.
Yeah, well, 3 to 4 months.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
Do you really get olive oil?
That's actually grapeseed oil, but yeah, I've definitely used olive oil before. It's just what I had available at the time. I don't know. I was doing it with my brother Robbie the day, and he was like, "Dude, grapeseed oil is expensive." I'm like, whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, it's potent, it's pure.
Yeah.
I gotta start using more of it.
Yeah, I got it, for cooking, and then I really haven't been cooking too much. I've just been more in the raw, which is so convenient too, man. It's like, I love cooking, but just to have like something kind of ready in like half the time, and it's already prepared how Mother Earth wants us to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You
I hear you, man. I hardly cook. In the morning, I just eat some herbs, drink some water, make some tea in my stomach.
Beautiful.
Until about 12 or 2 p.m.
Yeah, I haven't. All I had today was coconut water, straight from the coconut, some melon juice, and then some berries. I have like some cherries, some blueberries. That's about it. Super light.
Same.
Yeah.
But potent.
Yeah, but
You know.
like very good for you. A lot of antioxidants. Kind of munched out a little bit last night. We made some cacao from scratch, which was really good. Straight from the pods too, which was really awesome. Got one down here.
Did you video it?
Not really. Like I did a little Instagram story, but
Nice.
I was just so in the moment. Definitely need to though. Hence why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Document as much as possible. But, Instagram unfortunately just limits so much, man. Like I'm always constantly shadow banned. Like right now I'd be doing Instagram live. It's just a regular video. So then I can post it and then it could be alive. But technically it's not, because like they have me blocked on there. But it is what it is. Whether it's haters or whether it's Instagram. I just posted I was like sunbathing earlier, and then I was just like naked chopping the coconut, and then I like filmed it. I'm like, I was gonna post this. Who knows if it's gonna stay up, but it's up there. People are seeing it. But it's not like you can't see me like completely naked. It was perfect, like the cutoff.
It's honestly, we're all born with things that we need to understand
Exactly.
or live with, and we're not living with. Obviously, we're all clothed all the time. You're a perfect example of natural vitamin, primal human being.
Gotta be, man. We gotta be out there, just being in our birth suit, I call it.
Right.
Wow, this jackfruit is pretty abundant little one.
I don't usually cook much, but I would start cooking for myself. The extra thick part.
There's Max. Wish you guys could see Max. Is a beautiful young German Shepherd, young pup. He's big, man. How much does he weigh? He's up
Or
there.
like 65.
65 pounds.
4 years old.
Big boy.
Yeah.
He's got more to grow.
Yeah.
Like girth wise.
He can tensen up.
Yeah, exactly.
Put some muscle on.
Yeah, so keep taking him to the park and stuff, like
Every
running.
day.
That's awesome. What park do you take him to?
Scott Rico.
Oh yeah, no way.
Yeah.
I grew up going there. My parents' house is like right there too. So I remember the big tree that's in the back there. That's all like fenced off now. That's where like I pretty much learned to like smoke weed.
Just learn right there.
Yeah, I mean, there was always be like the high schoolers were always there, doing whatever they were doing. And then I go to Scott Rico after elementary school. I went to North Beach Elementary, and we'd end up like oh, we want to check out, see what's going on out there. And I wasn't smoking that young, but like middle school essentially.
Yeah,
That's when I would skip school. That's where I'd go. I'd skip Peach High, just go smoke over there, climb the tree.
I've been climbing that tree too since I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So, same age.
Beautiful. Divine synchronicities.
Let's see what this guy.
Yeah. Let's see if I make some more progress in this. Show you guys. The inside is so epic. It's very, very difficult fruit to process. Very fibrous. Yeah, a bit easier.
Do you know what that waxy substance is? Because I mean, I eat it along with the fiber.
Which?
On the fiber part. So sometimes that waxy.
Oh, like on here?
Yeah, maybe ones that aren't so ripe, because maybe you have a riper one where it's drawn
Yes,
out.
yes. Yeah, when they're more green. Yeah. I have one down here that's kind of green still, but I just wait until, I just love the savoriness, the sweetness of these, so I just have patience with it. This one, I wouldn't even say it's too much, because it's kind of perfect, but I don't, you know, when insects and animals are getting to it, that kind of obviously means that it's ready. For some reason, I kind of like, I'm like, I'd rather get to it before the ants get to it. But this one was perfect, though.
I hear you. So when I've been doing it, I guess I've been getting fresher pieces or 2 green pieces.
Definitely.
Gotta get the whole fruit and weigh it out.
Yes, found this amazing tree that must have had like 30 of them on it. And I was just like climbing this thing. And I found it on my birthday, which was crazy. So I'm like, wow, blessings.
Plymouth Park.
This is kind of near like Wynwood Midtown area. So
Oh, yeah.
in the middle of a place where you would never think that it's there. Yeah, and it's just like people just walk by it every day. They have no idea there's a jackfruit tree.
Yeah.
So I'm walking by and I'm like, oh my god.
Same. I was walking over by Plymouth Congregational Church.
Not sure where that is.
So I think it's main highway where like tourist goes. You know, the tourist bar
Towards where?
in the Grove here.
Oh, in the Grove here. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Have to explore
Plymouth is
more.
right across the street from like Ransom.
Oh, okay.
Across the street, down the block, maybe a quarter mile.
Okay.
And then in that area, I go for a walk sometimes, and I noticed a huge jackfruit tree
And there was fruits in
already
it.
fruiting.
Oh wow, we gotta go check that out. Maybe if you want on the way.
I'm sure.
There's actually like 3 jackfruit trees at the farmer's market. I've climbed up in those trees before and got some. And then we got one a little too early. And actually, I was just climbing to get to another one, and then it just ended up falling just through like a little bit of pressure. Like I didn't even try to knock it down. I was just like, all right, this was meant to go down too. And I told my buddy Rob to like take it home and like hold on to it for a little bit. Sure enough, he just waited like, I mean, it was a good 2 weeks, but it was super ripe after that. So it just shows even if you get them a little early, just have patience with it. It's sticky now. Maybe I can put this here. Makes sense to see the whole process. So a half a gallon mason jar. Maybe a gallon actually. Gotta fill this up. Guru sing in the background. Max found like the most comfortable rug. He's a happy boy.
Yeah.
It's actually the one thing I've been wanting to patiently integrate here is another being to live here with me, a dog. It would be really nice.
Yeah.
It's a good amount of space. And then gets you out of the house obviously a little bit more.
Every day.
Exactly.
They're trying.
Like they, especially a dog like him, like they want to
Yeah.
move.
They need to. If they don't, any person who's, I guess, emotionally attached or capable to sense things emotionally, anybody on any level, you feel what they're feeling, and you're like, okay, if I turn away, I'm making it worse.
Yeah.
You know, in the moment, you have a chance to make a difference in their daily life. And if you turn away, it literally kills them. A little bit at a time.
A soul.
And anybody, yeah, it's the spirit. That's what the spirit needs is movement.
For us too.
He needs air passing through his face. So, unfortunately, like, work is great for me, but it's not great for him. So I need to come home and be conscious to balance him out because I've already made him unbalanced the second I hit through the door. But,
Your awareness is key, so that's amazing. So you're a really good dog dad for sure.
For sure. I mean, he's my dad's dog. So
Well.
I take care of him because my dad's too busy with work.
So it's like your brother.
Yeah, we're bros.
Well, we all are, I guess, in a sense too.
Yeah. He knows me. He jumps on it, hits my face with his nose and all this stuff. So
Oh, that's awesome.
he's a friendly dog.
Like a boy.
Yeah. That's because I open the door, I take her on walks.
Open your heart.
Into the car. So yeah.
That's awesome, brother. Thank you for doing that. And the song says it all. Right away. I think we'll make this video just one jackfruit because of the rate that I'm going. And this one definitely needed to be processed a little bit more than that one. They're both in the same timeline, but this one was like, open me.
Like you said, I think it's easier the longer you wait the process, because when I was doing it, it would be too quick and
Oh, it's
the
such
stickiness. So
the
you
stickiness, and it's hard, man. It's like,
get the wax, basically.
I feel like it's like the Incredible Hulk of the fruit. It doesn't want to like let go.
Yeah, you're eating it, gets stuck on your lip, so then you have like stick, like it's all over your face. So that's happened to me
Yeah, this one's good.
too many times.
Not too sticky right now. Look a little bit, but considering how much it could be,
Yeah.
that's good. That's nice. You get a little reward while you're, you know, like, oh, all that work, let me eat one.
The smell of that.
Mm-hmm. It smells intoxicating. If I could, I would have like a cologne of this. I guess you could just
Yeah.
rub it around.
Seriously.
I used to say all the time about cannabis. Like, you know, it was like Gucci Man or something to like purchase my cologne. It was like a
We got
song.
some THC with right now.
Dude, you know?
Wow.
Exactly. So I could do a jackfruit one. Oh, well, maybe that's the next business endeavor. Anybody that wants to collaborate. The essential oil infusers. I got the jackfruit. Right away. Hey, hey. As much as I do love the farmer's market, this is so much more fun right now. It's beautiful to connect with other beings, but sometimes it's like you get some energy vampires, I call them. People that come over, they linger at the table a little too long, they're not buying anything, and you're just like, dude, like, I'm not here to just, like, I am here to share love and light, but, you know, it's a cost to be here, it's a lot of work, you know. I think 2 weeks ago I brought 6 massive jackfruits, like, or maybe 7, I think, like massive ones. Like, it must have been easily over 100, 150 pounds of just jackfruits that I brought. Not one person bought one. They all came and like asked, like, what is this? Oh my God. And I'm like, I'm here to share and explain to you, but at the same time, you should take one home.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like, just kind of like $10 off each one. Yeah, like you need to do this. A lot of people, they want to skip the work. They just want to like have it prepared fresh in the fridge, you know? Which is great, like shout out to Glacier Farms because they do provide, you know, like processed jackfruit, but people need to understand, like they gotta harvest the fruits, they gotta learn about like the entire process. It's really important.
It is, because it goes into the mind and the visceral experience of what you're doing now. Each cut, each movement.
Exactly.
And
It's
you're
yoga.
It is.
It's
And
meditation.
a relationship that started when you bring it into your home.
Mhm.
Not just your body home, but your home instead of just going out and buying the crop or
And the
product.
packaged too, like, you know,
Right.
there's no packaging from this. This is like, this packaging is its skin. You know,
Right.
and like taking out the seeds, and then you can use these seeds to plant and like cultivate. As you said, you already have one growing, what, for 6 months now?
4 months.
4 months, that's right.
Yeah, and then everyone would be planting them if they took it home instead of pre-processing it. So everyone has that responsibility to make compost and jackfruit trees, but they don't want that responsibility. They'd rather pay not to have it.
And they feel like, oh, I don't know anything about it, so why would I even try it? It's like, well, how did you learn to ride a bike? You know, it's like you got up on it and you tried. And yeah, it's sad, but I think we are stepping into that light a little bit more. That era where people are going back to understanding. A lot of young people for sure. I follow some like amazing like goddesses and brothers that are just like divine fruit beings, you know, just like out there in the jungles and yeah.
They're synchronized with nature as we are right now.
Exactly.
Because they have relationships with these elements, this way of nutrition.
Yes.
And the relationship just magnifies every time we bring it into our homes. So that's actually great you're doing it live, because someone's going to go out after watching this, buy jackfruit, and start planting trees. So it's good that it's happening.
Thank you. It's an honor. I always say it. I'm very humbled and honored to be able to just be of the highest service to my brothers and sisters, just to share like just what I do. You know, I'm doing this all the time already. If I don't share it, I feel like it's kind of like hindering that growth for all of us, even myself too. You know, other people that want to learn. So whoever, if you have questions or anything about this, like, please reach out to me. I'm here to help in any way. And what's really amazing too is like the serotonin that's going through my brain right now while I'm doing this is like,
you're touching it.
dude, I feel like
it's absorbing through every part of
I'm on mushrooms right now in a sense, right? So that's why a lot of people do plant medicines to activate that, to get that going. But like, you don't need to. Like, you just need to do breath work and yoga and like move the body and work with fruits. Like, at the end of the day, I am burning calories no matter what by doing this. And every once in a while, I can just get them back.
I was gonna say, like, you're obviously absorbing through your fingers. Your whole palms are obviously like sources of electrical energy and magnetic energy.
Absorption.
So you're absorbing it literally directly into your bloodstream. And not only are you smelling it, it's going into your brain. So that's the relationship, in quotes, is the biochemical reaction that we experience in the moment. That can only happen through quality, nutritious farm plants.
Exactly.
So we're basically looking for nutrients, and in this level, through the nutrients and minerals, we get the experience as we do it ourselves.
Yes. So beautifully said. I appreciate that you're here. It's just divine timing.
Yeah.
Too. I was like, should I go to the farmer's market right now or wait for Julian and process jackfruit? I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
Listening. Of course. Actually just put in a bird feeder yesterday. Good sister Tanya gave it to me, and I was just wondering maybe if that was a bird. I just heard, it's not over there, it's over there like near the bedroom, but you can kind of see it through the window. I just put it up. I haven't seen any birds yet, but it's just a matter of time. But I did find these unbelievable caterpillars by the front gate.
Yeah.
They're Attila or Adla butterflies. They're like, they have orange on their base and they have blue wings. Like very, very rare ones.
Yes, I've seen those because they're associated with a specific native plant.
Yes.
You know that native plant?
The one that's from like the dinosaur era.
Right.
It's actually, that's what they're eating out there.
Right, they live on it.
Acacia. I forget. It starts with a C. It's hard to pronounce.
That's it.
Yep. And so that's exactly the plants that are out there. Ironically, there's a few of them, but they haven't gone to the other ones. They've just gone to that one. So it's getting devoured, but it's circle of life. But there must be, I don't know, a good 50 to 100 caterpillars on there. And I'm like, damn, these are almost like, they're endangered.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm like, oh my god, I have like a butterfly like conservatory going or something, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I
Naturally.
Because they're so rare that you never really see those plants too often. Sometimes they plant them on sidewalks.
Garden areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm so grateful for this space and the love and the energy that people before me have put into it. It's just an honor to be here. My last house was beautiful. It was amazing. Like the Buena Vista area, it's huge, big house, but it was just a lot to deal with. And there wasn't a lot of love being put into the place besides the love that I was, putting into it. And it's nice that those that come before us, to pay homage to them. And like some of these royal palms, man, are really old. Like that's not easy to put those in. They're very expensive. So it's just beautiful just to be here, being a guardian of this land, essentially, integrating my energy. Gardening.
Yeah.
Gardening guardian. I love that. That could be a good Instagram handle.
Gardeners of the galaxy.
Say that like 10 times fast. Wow. Max. It's so nice to have a dog here right now. And after the full moon ceremony last night, with like all the sisters and brothers and drumming and it was so nice. The one thing we were missing was some like animal life, you know.
How come that?
There's a couple cats that actually like moseyed around, but you know, just neighborhood cats. But a dog is, you know, it's a man's best friend. Like, they're special. Right, Max? Want a little jackfruit?
You try it.
Yeah, you give him a piece.
I give him papaya and banana.
Here, give him a little piece to try. Some jackfruit, dude. It's all natural, organic.
He likes the small parts. If I do too big of it.
Yeah, he doesn't. It definitely doesn't eat too much, you know. This one is good. Some jackfruit? He's like, I don't know, dude. Smells too sweet. That's for you to enjoy.
That's funny with like sugars. Our dogs are not.
They're not like us.
Yeah, like we say the best friend, but by digestively, we could not eat meat. But you know, who knows? Like their diet's obviously based on that. They could do shrubs, they could do bushes.
Depending on the species, I'd imagine, right?
But they don't do sugar. So check that out. They'll do the oils, like the lemongrass plant I have. He's nibbling on that.
Really?
Yeah, and I have to tell him like back off, but he likes it. So
He's like, you're gonna eat too much of it.
yeah, I give him a little bit. He'll chew on it for his stomach. And you know, we eat lemongrass. We're just like the hair. We can't eat it. We make the tea.
Yes, it's hard for us to digest it,
Yeah.
process it.
Yeah. I assume like these kind of cover crops, these shrub crops, are indigenously, obviously for our oils, like for our digestive system, but for him as well. He's looking for those oils, so he smells it through the plant, just like the butterfly, smelling that magnetic.
The nectar, right?
Right, he's smelling the essence within, just like every kind of synchronized digestive system.
That's so awesome.
So it's strange. I mean, not strange, but I don't know why they can't do sugar or like fruit sugar.
Their genetic makeup is different.
Yeah, I guess
Wow.
they're not frugivore.
Like fruitarians. I've kind of been fruitarian this last few weeks, month I should say. But I don't know. It's a transition, but also I think life is about diversity. You know, like go fruitarian for a little bit, but you know you don't have to do it for the rest of your life. And I know there's a couple beautiful health advocates. Like I met up with Troy Casey. You know who Troy Casey is?
No.
Certified Health Nut on Instagram.
No?
He's got a bunch of followers, like really good. Shout out to Troy, fucking divine brother. He's 55 years old, in unbelievable shape. Like, you know, I wouldn't say it makes me look bad, but just, you know, he's very well taken care of his own body. And he's gone from eating vegan, you know, more plant-based, to now he's back on a more carnivorous diet. And he, you know, but pretty well balanced, I think, is what he does. And, you know, I've definitely eaten a lot of meat in my life, like growing up here, and fish and everything, like very diverse diet. But I always had fruits and vegetables in my diet. It was never like I was lacking that. In just the more recent years, like maybe like 3-4 years now, I've been more on the plant-based. And it's just what my body wants right now. But I could feel I could start to incorporate meat again at some point, you know, not in a bad way or just like I'm lacking anything, just balance.
The magnetism is what you're looking for, the grounding part.
Yes, but I gotta make sure I harvest it myself.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta see the cow or see the deer and like hunt it. I have like a sacred ritual with that spirit, with that animal, you know, it's like giving its life for us. So, and that's back to getting store-bought shit. You know, it takes away that entire process.
The whole relationship.
Exactly. So I think Native Americans really had it down. They're such a beautiful guardians of the earth. The buffalo, they use every single part of that being. I think this one's getting there, almost done with this one. Pretty abundant.
I think for me, what my body wants for my blood, I've noticed this past year mostly, to magnetize when I've transitioned to mushrooms. Specific ones at specific times. You know, you're a specific person. We all have certain needs at certain times of days.
Sure.
So even saying, hey, you should have mushrooms at night is not the same for you as it is for me.
True.
But for me, the one meal that I'll have a day, if I have mushrooms in there, I sleep better. My dreams are more lucid. I have deeper retention. My energy wells deepen, and the depth is felt. So I'm grounded, and I feel my blood magnify. Now, I don't recommend having too much of it, and obviously doctor in that sense.
You're saying like traditional mushrooms like lion's mane or reishi,
Yeah.
trumpet.
I haven't found reishi here in person.
I've harvested some. I found some here. Yeah. Actually, when I was over in like the Wynwood area, when I was over there was some of the giant oak tree in the back. It was really high up, so I couldn't get to those, but they were there. And then down at Homestead, a friend's farm, he had some reishis growing there. Yeah, they had a little bit of a red tone to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that's really knowledgeable, man. Thank you for that, Julian. Like that is important. Actually had some mushrooms are these cantrells.
Yes.
I had some of those last night. I had some crazy dreams.
Right? That's what I'm saying is like, I was learning about the blood through a lecture with Rudolf Steiner yesterday. And what I was listening to is he describes the premise that all the native cultures said, hey, and that blood is life. In the blood is the life, is the soul.
It is. All the information from the entire beginning of time.
And in each blood cell, it's connected to the etheric body, is what he went to further explain, that the ether permeates your astral body. It magnetizes with these subtle energies that are permeating everything because they're so subtle. Just like water is the smallest molecule, that's why it's so powerful, because it gets underneath and around.
So adaptable.
It's permeable. So the smaller is not weaker. It is the over-prevailing oxygen. And that's what we call ether because it has more sides, it has more, what do they say, geometrical sides than water. So I think obviously it matters 4, or no, that's the cube. It's 6.
Yes.
So it's matter 6, and fire is 3. You could say 3 or 4 if it's a base. And then water is 20. So there's 20 apparent magnetic corners to a water drop. Or a molecule is what I'm saying. And then you could say an ether molecule has, I forgot the number, but it's much greater than 20.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so like the more permeable, it's what permeates the astral body and then into the blood.
So how do mushrooms work into all that?
They basically purify the blood, in my experience, and they remagnetize with minerals from the wood, from the earth, that are natural magnetizing essences that are translating this biological code, retaining the magnetism into the only fruiting body that could supply supplement for meat. In my opinion, I don't know.
I agree.
Any other genre of food that could take mushrooms' place, or even eradicate meat for world hunger, other than mushrooms in general.
Maybe some of these like jackfruit, breadfruit kind of, but it's not the same.
Right.
You know, it's a fruit versus mushroom. I've got the
fruiting
size
body.
Yeah, it's different, but it's definitely. I feel like these are a little bit more complicated, structured, but still very water based.
Right.
And mushrooms are very special. It tastes so good. The way you can cook them and everything.
And they bring you joy too in the garden. There's that level of like recyclers, the decomposers, that they're so essential in every garden space that any kind of gardener just grows in love with, like you said, the variety, the spectrum of life.
There's so many mushrooms.
So I think that's the root, because obviously the mycelium goes down, the trees go up. This is yang energy. You want like that yang up positive feel.
Yes.
That's for fruits. But then the lower fruits have that lower value. So that's the magnetism that's far reaching.
Yes.
Like the magnetic radiating waves.
Like berries. I think the berries are usually, or like strawberries, or maybe raspberries are usually low earth growing. Good to ground with those. Blueberries usually grow pretty low as well. Alright, I think we're just about done with this. blessings. Beautiful heart pod. With life inside of it. Ready to make a whole nother tree. Such a cool seed. Wow. So I guess that was it for this one. It's pretty abundant. Let's see if I can maybe wipe the fingers off before I hit the phone. Yeah, guys, check it out. All the processed leftovers, which I put into the compost, and then it's pretty good. Like I think it's a gallon-sized jar. So I'd say about 3/4 of that full, which is pretty nice. So blessings, sending you guys so much love. Have a beautiful day. Sat down.